Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Rich Finnegan, and I'm here with my wife, Mia Finnegan.
Hey everyone.
And we're Diamond Distributors with Advocare. As you can see in this slide right now, what I'll do is we're going to be jumping in and out of this mode. So I'm going to just switch this to the, I'll switch the view into the presentation mode and into the slideshow so we can move through this, and then if I need to jump a little bit, we'll jump in and out of this, all right? So let's just get going right from the beginning. We're Advocare leaders. We're diamond level distributors. As you can see right here, our job is basically to empower people and change lives. That's what we do. We're in the business of changing lives. And what we do is build champions. We've been fortunate enough to help enough people. We're averaging in the income of about $35,000 per month, and that simply is a scorecard for the number of people that we're helping. So our job is to help you help others. We want more and more people to jump into this opportunity of health and wellness that has been provided. As you can see, our family on the left and a couple photos of us, Mia's before and after. We just want to help people create the lifestyle that we're able to achieve with this. Let's get right into this. You know, we want to, tonight, what this is about is what to take, when to take it, and why we take it. Casual, in the living room, just giving you some information that you can take and you can move forward. Pretty simple. We are and what we do. We provide solutions in two key areas. Number one, from a health standpoint, 80% of the people we help are from a health standpoint, and then about 20% are from a financial standpoint. So just going forward, we're not exactly sure what the mix is on this call. So we want to make sure we're meeting the needs of everyone. We're primarily focused on the products tonight. If you're here and you are just here for the products, or a friend said, hey, come in and listen to this, we want you to check this out, please follow up with the person that sent you to this webinar. We're going to make sure that this is focusing on the products for you, and then the people who are business builders and leaders and coaches in our in the Advo Nation, they can go ahead and take this and move it forward with their teams as well from a business standpoint. So just so you know, moving forward, again, not understanding who we have on the line, very quickly, just so you know, one great thing about Advocare is that people can come in many different ways. Number one, people can come in as retail customers. They simply use product. They purchase what they want when they want. There's no auto ship requirement for any of these products. These products stand up on their own. Another way that people come in is they want to get a little bit of a discount. For $79, they can get a 20% discount and just enjoy the products themselves, or maybe share them with some other people. As distributors, people can get up to this 40%. Someone who loves the products and wants to distribute. So what we love about Advocare is the options. The options provided that people can come in many different ways. Someone may choose just to distribute products. It might be someone who wants to stay home. It may be someone who's a salon owner that wants to add a little bit of income. The next way that people get involved is business advisor. We are business builders. We help other business-minded people build their business. So really, any way someone wants to purchase products all the way up to help other people build business, that's available for people within Advocare. And so let's keep it moving forward. Why would we even be here? Why would we be involved? As you can see this slide, very fundamentally, the people involved in Advocare, we encourage everyone to compare the foundation of Advocare to any other opportunity you might be provided with. First and foremost, our medical science board. The unmatched, I'm not going to get into the detail, do the research on this, but this is the core foundation of who are formulating and developing these products and doing the research for our products. Our sports advisory council, unmatched in the industry. Again, we encourage you to do the research on the folks involved with this company. We wouldn't be involved if we didn't have 100% confidence in the people involved in this company. Very quickly, a word on our endorsement program. This is education for a lot of people. Advocare simply does not pay people to say they use our products. Endorsers have to have had product experience prior to coming to Advocare. We run them through a fine-tooth comb. We're not just looking through this for this high-profile athlete and say, hey, we want you to endorse our athletes. Guess what, guys? It's the other way around. People come to us because they love the products and they ask us for endorsement, and then the only endorsements we provide are product and product coaching so that athletes can extend their career, increase their career, and enhance their career. Drew Brees went through that process. just like all these unpaid endorsers. He won the Super Bowl MVP, single season passing record. He was offered multi-million-dollar contract through other companies, turned him down. We stepped up and made him our national spokesperson. So he's the only one that is getting paid. We want that to be clear because people say all the time, you know, with all the stories about Froning, now Rich Froning winning for CrossFit World Championships. You know, I was on the call the other day and someone said, well, you know, I don't know what other deal you have with Rich Froning. And they kind of assume this is the traditional marketing model where you pay people millions of dollars to put a swoosh on their head. Well, that's not what we do. Rich Froning's been using our products for 4 years, 3 years before he ever became an endorser. Totally unique in the marketplace. Our products stand on their own. So I'm going to move on just so you get a fundamental foundation of that. So as you look, informed choice, we can be used by Olympic athletes, professional athletes. I won't get into the details. Just as an overview, the concrete foundation that Advocare provides. The key is with Advocare, safe and effective, banned substance free. Our products, we test for over 220 banned substances. We make sure that these products can be used by professional Olympic athletes. This is a core foundation of Advocare and what we do. So the key is that our products are safe and they're also effective. There are plenty of products out there that are safe, but I'm still waiting for them to work with other companies. Also, there are products that are effective, but you don't know why they're effective. That is the difference. Had a conversation with an NHL strength coach in our organization the other day. He is just all over these products. He loves these products because what they provide from an effectiveness, but also from a safety standpoint. He can't go near it if it's not safe. Cornerstone. Readers polls, now the consumers recognizing this, and in the Northeast, Advocare is recognized as the #1 supplement line in the Northeast. So we have this foundation. So let's get right into it. The Advocare products, what are we covering? We have 4 lines. We're going to focus on the Performance Elite line, okay? That's what we want to do. Understand for peak performance, what do we do? What do we do to achieve optimal performance? We know we need optimal nutrition. We're not getting into the simplicity of just laying a good foundation. But when we start with products, we start with some basic products. Calcium Plus, Coreplex, Omegaplex, okay? Take this down, jot this down. As we build and someone wants more, they want greater results, we get into some of the first ones we're adding is a catalyst, a muscle gain, meal replacement shakes. So I'm going to get into the detail of these products. At the same time, hydration is always a concern. At the same time, our mental focus and cognitive health is always a concern for athletes because we're making decisions on the court or the field. We need to take care of that. That's a no-brainer. We start building this up as we want higher intensity. For example, you have a very young athlete, someone just getting started that needs to lose weight. We're not starting them, hey, O2 Gold is going to be your solution. We need to lay a foundation for nutrition, and then we build this up. We'll work our way into post-workout recovery, mass impact, arginine extreme combinations. We're going to talk to you about these, and muscle fuel. We want to get into optimal performance. We move into muscle strength, nighttime recovery, and O2 Gold. So this is online. You can find this. Use this when you start to explain to people about how we use these products and move them forward. So we know that we can't convince people about the products, but the products can. They're the ones that do the work for us. If you Google Performance Basics, there's a great document that lays a good foundation. This is that document. You can find that. There's a great document to share. Just look online. You're going to find that. Performance products. Let's get into this. Okay, what do we have? Elite line of products. We mix a few others in, but we're going to focus on these performance products. We're talking about from an athlete. Nutrition is a key. Well, guess what? Weight loss and cleansing the gut is of utmost importance for us. We could take an elite athlete. If we have someone who's preseason NFL, guess what? We want to cleanse the gut out prior to a performance stage. So mark that down. Again, I was speaking to my buddy Mike, NHL strength coach. He really loves the cleansing part for his athletes. He wants to do this through the season, during the season, because to re-regulate these guys as they get in the All-Star break, to re-regulate their bodies. Awesome way to start it. Mia's going to touch base on the cleansing phase of this in preparation for a performance segment.
Yeah, guys, one of the best things is whether it's an athlete or just somebody who wants to better their performance, just say even in the gym or a Tough Mudder, Spartan race, all of the above, The cleansing thing is not about losing weight. A lot of people, the byproduct of it could be weight loss, which is fantastic, and some fat loss. But what the main thing is to scrub brush those intestines so you clean out that gut so you're available to absorb these nutrients at such an incredible rate by using the fiber drinks, by using the herbal cleanse to detoxify the liver and the kidneys, using those probiotics to replace some of the bacteria that are in there, really good bacteria, throwing that in there. The omegas take away the inflammation, and then Spark on top of it. Don't even have to go into what Spark does, but all those three together, that's what we do. It's whether you're an athlete or somebody who just wants a better performance, that's where we always start.
Thanks. And Mia, when she got introduced 24-day challenge, she really didn't need to lose weight, but her body felt so much better from the products. And I'll tell you right now, we're in transition of moving, not getting my nutrition right where I want it, not getting all my products in line. And I'm telling you, I'm feeling the inflammation just because I'm not dialed in perfectly. Looking forward to that next phase where I can throw a cleanse in and get my body re-regulated. So a couple of products we add in with, just know we add some from the active line. Slam is a product that we're going to talk about in here as well. You can substitute this in. As you can see, listen, this might be the best slide on here, guys. This is what it's all about. It's about pre-workout, what we're going to do pre-workout. It's about during our workouts and our training, and it's about post. So what I like to do, I'm going to give this a shot and see if I can annotate on this. If not, I am going to move into another mode here, but let's see if this is going to allow me to do this. I'm not sure if it's going to do it. Okay, it is. Perfect. Okay, so let's just stick on the slide. What I really want to focus on right now, we love to focus on recovery first. This is, in fact, Mike, that was one thing he said. You know what? That's one thing, Advocare, there's no match in the industry, what we do from a recovery standpoint. So let's get into the basics. Let's build some combinations for you that are going to make sense. Out of the gate, the simplest, the first thing we can do, we obviously know we need nutrition and hydration, but our post-workout recovery is going to be a key for us from a recovery standpoint, formulated specifically for recovery, okay, because it's going to give us the carbohydrate that we need. It's also going to give us creatine. It gives us 3 grams of creatine that's going to help us restore and replenish that. Now, as you notice, it's not high protein. If we want to, we can add muscle gain into that. Okay, so we can add a little bit more protein in. This is more of our pure whey protein. But from a recovery standpoint, our post-workout recovery is going to be a key for that. That's a foundation. We have never seen anything like this product. In fact, we have muscular athletes that don't have an issue putting muscle on. Sometimes they can't even take this product because they're finding they're keeping so much muscle mass. If they're a weight-related athlete, you'll find this sometimes. These products are amazing from a recovery standpoint. So what's the difference between this and muscle gain? Why don't we just take a pure whey? Out in the marketplace, you see a lot of people, oh, is that a whey? Is it a whey? Is it a whey? Well, guess what? A whey is just a medium-acting, medium-speed type of amino acid. The beautiful part about our post-workout recovery is that it has fast-acting amino acid, it has medium-acting amino acid, and it has slow-acting amino acid. So we're going to have a high amino acid level for 45 minutes to 60 minutes to replenish and allow our body to recover. I hate to tell you, folks, muscle gain doesn't do that. Muscle gain is great if we throw this in between meals or maybe pre-workout. This isn't a bad, this is a good product that we could use pre-workout. So just understand from a recovery standpoint, the difference between our post-workout recovery and our muscle gain. Okay, moving on. Don't take my nighttime recovery. Don't take this away. Yeah, don't take this away from me. Nighttime recovery. If I'm running low, you can have all this other stuff, but don't take my nighttime recovery. I paid the price last night. We're in transition. We left our new home, and we did not bring nighttime with us. I said to Mia, we're 15 minutes out. What are we going to do? I don't have nighttime. And we went straight, and I regretted it today. I was creaky. Just let me tell you, I was creaky today. So what this does allows us to have an optimal, we have a hormonal release at night that causes our body to repair and replenish. Nighttime recovery, ZMA, a zinc magnesium combination is what it is, fully researched. This is going to allow us to have that optimal hormonal balance. You do the research on ZMA, it's done. This is an elite product that athletes swear by, just general population swears by. So this is going to be a recovery. This is key for us from a recovery standpoint. Nighttime recovery, never seen anything like it. Now, on the road, quick, as you're moving and grooving, you know, Pro 20 is great as a recovery product, as a post, because you can throw this in. It's really quick, 20 grams of protein. Bigger, larger athletes might throw 2 of these in. I love Pro 20 on the road. Quick, I love Pro 20 before a meeting, before I go share, and before I present, because it just gives me quick energy. It has something called alpha GPC in there. You can do the research on that. It's going to give us focus and clarity. Very effective in helping from a muscle function standpoint. So this has a role pre as well. Do the research on it. You can throw this in from a pre. But quick hit, can't make it, don't have a bottle, don't have something to shake it up with. What do? Throw 1 or 2 Pro 20s in there as a recovery product, okay? Pretty simple, straightforward. Let me move on. So we went from post. We always say post because if we had to do one thing, we need to handle the recovery of our athletes most. That is really a key. So let's jump over to our pre-workout. Let's jump into our pre, okay? Pre-workout, and me and I are working this like a radio show here. So she said she wants to do the pre-cardio. So she'll cover the pre-cardio segment of this as well. But pre-workout. As we move forward, we have so many combinations that we want to share with you guys. So let's just stick with the base. Let's start with a couple of the basics, okay? Let's do a combination first, all right? Let's go strength training, weight training. Now, we have a combination. We could certainly go with, I don't have it on here as a product, but we know about Spark, okay? So let's talk about Spark. We'll talk about Spark Tail. Spark plus Arginine Extreme plus Mass Impact. Let's keep it real simple. I'm not going to build on that right now. We know what Spark does. Mental clarity, gives us focus, gives us some energy. Combine that with an Arginine. Let's focus on our Arginine. Arginine Extreme. Arginine is what it will cause is actually vasodilation. It's going to cause blood flow to the muscle. What is blood flow? It brings oxygen. It brings nutrition to the muscle. So let's talk pre-weight training. Hey, when I lift and train, I love to get a pump. This is what's going to give us that pump. This gives us that vasodilation. It's going to bring the blood there. So then what we do is we have our Spark on board. We bring our Mass Impact in with that in the Spark Tail pre-workout. This is our creatine. But the key thing you need to understand about Mass Impact, spoke to one of my buddies in Advocare. I said, hey, this is our creatine product, right? He said, hey, when you really look at it, it's an amino acid product with creatine in it. It's just so heavily concentrated with amino acids, which is the fundamental. That's the building blocks for our body. This is an amazing product. There are nutrition companies, multi-million-dollar nutrition companies built on creatine products alone. Some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. And you have your own creatine product here, okay? Mass Impact. So we like to combine this with Arginine Extreme and Spark. Now, let's just build on that. Let's build on that. We can also throw Rehydrate into the mix on that as well, okay? So we build on that. From a strength training, still in that strength training category, we're focusing on this. You can throw Rehydrate in for a pre-workout. This is going to be a tremendous product for you, product combination for you. So focus, pre-workout, Arginine Extreme, Mass Impact, Spark, and Rehydrate. Moving on, I'm going to give one more. Now, this isn't a combination, okay? Our muscle fuel, okay? Our muscle fuel. What muscle fuel is almost, it's almost doing what Mass Impact and Arginine Extreme and Spark are doing together, but it really does it better. It's rocket fuel. It should say, guess what, guys? We have the research. This is truly what our muscle wants. It is muscle fuel. It's fuel for our body. You have betaine, you have caffeine, you have creatine, you have a whole bunch of B complex in there. This just gets your body prepared to recover. Now, what we find with this too is that it gives us a hormonal release as well. So the hormonal release is going to give us more recovery and recovery ability. But you're going to see with these products in general, you're going to see personal bests. Every athlete we work with is achieving personal bests. There's a reason why there's so many professional athletes using this. So when we use muscle fuel as a simple standalone, this is going to give us the big bang for the buck with a lot of products. Now, the key with this is do not take Spark with it because it has caffeine in it, okay? It has caffeine in it. You can pre-workout, you can go ahead and add in some O2 Gold if you want to, all right? You could add a little O2 Gold. Mia's going to touch base on O2 Gold, the benefits. I know that some people add an Arginine Extreme as well to their muscle fuel, but we don't want you to add Spark to that as well. So again, pre-training muscle building, we love our muscle fuel. We can make a couple additions onto that as well. I'm going to let Mia take it right now. She's going to touch base on pre-cardio right now, lay a little foundation for you.
Yeah, guys, you know, especially since this, the VO2 Prime bar came out, this is my new favorite. In the morning, I get up and I ride an hour on the bike in the morning, and literally I could go for 2 hours. This VO2 Prime bar acts as almost an arginine when it's mixed in your saliva. You can actually read about it online and stuff. But O2 Gold, 2 O2 Gold, VO2, and my Spark all at once before I get on the bike. Literally, honestly, I could go for 2 hours. But that is a great one. Some people like maybe pre-run. Same thing, VO2 Prime, O2 Gold, and using a Slam instead of a Spark because it's only 2 ounces of liquid. That's another great one. I mean, you really feel like you could go forever. So that's a great pre-cardio. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to Rich.
Again, and I have the more master with the drawing. So VO2 and with your O2 Gold, and then as she said, you could go with a Spark or you could throw a Slam in there as well. Okay, this, as Mia said, she mentioned with your saliva, VO2 bars, you want to chew this up and liquefy it before you swallow it. You don't want it, it's just, we just heard that from the docs. It's just going to get into your system more effectively. So make sure you're doing that. I'm going to touch base on O2 Gold. O2 Gold, really, we talk about lactate threshold, our ability to process lactic acid. Basically, if we, you know, hey, go do as many push-ups as you can, and when you hit that fatigue, when you hit that wall, it's one of the reasons you're running out of fuel, but you're also producing lactic acid. It's starting to shut you down. So what O2 Gold does is it raises that threshold for us. It really gives us from a cardiac benefit. It just gives us a good, healthy cardiac benefit is what it really does. And many of our products really come from a health and wellness standpoint, but then we apply them to athletes. It makes a dramatic, dramatic difference. So Mia, anything else you want to touch base on from cardio?
No, that's just a great combination.
Okay, and we're going to take questions at the end here as well. Let's get into during. There's some great things we can do. You know what? I'm going to shift again really quickly. I am not opposed to at night, before I go to bed, take Arginine Extreme, Mass Impact, Rehydrate, O2 Gold, no Spark, obviously. But just to feed my body, just so you know, guys, you know, we came up through the bodybuilding world years ago in California, and, you know, hardcore, anyone who trains hard, they train hard in the morning, they go home and they sleep. When we sleep, that's when your body is recovering. We need our rest. We need a recuperation. We have hormonal fluctuations when we sleep as well. So what do we want to do when my body's in the optimal hormonal or optimal hormonal peak state? Let's give it the nutrients. Let's give it our arginine, our Mass Impact. Let's give it more oxygen. Feed the body. Give it more fish oil at night as well. Move this, you know, give the body what it needs to recover. We are so focused on recovery. So let's get into during. During, hey, simple. Let's keep it real simple. Rehydrate. You know, we should have Spark. We could have Slam here. No doubt about that. You know, it depends on the length of the event. But hopefully you did that with a pre-workout and you're already loaded up. Okay, you're already loaded that up. If it's an endurance type event, you may want to add more of that. But let's pretend that you already loaded up and now you're in the middle of it. Rehydrate is a great foundation for you to start. The key is it's going to be an electrolyte replacement, but we use sustamine. We have a patented amino acid that we incorporate in this. So this is just current research. We're on the cutting edge of the research that we find that from a recovery standpoint during exercise, we need some amino acid. And that's what Rehydrate does. There's nothing like it. This is a tremendous recovery product. So as we start to move forward from recovery, we want to get a little more advanced. Let's just talk about what we can do on the run. We love these gels. Hey, I just have to tell you, I think Advocare was on the cutting edge. I think we were ahead of our time in many ways. You know, people talk about products all the time. Oh, what about Garcinia cambogia? When are you going to do that? And we're like, because it's hot in the marketplace right now. Well, guess what? We've been doing it for years. So we're ahead of it. We had a gel years ago. We were ahead of the market. People didn't know what it was. We pulled it, reformulated, re-released it. This is kicking butt. You suck this down in a gel form, rip it off, and then throw water in on top of it. So get that gel, swallow it, and then get your water. So quick on the go. You can't always make a rehydrate on the go. So you can go ahead and have this on the run, wherever you keep it, so that you need to move it forward. For cyclists, just one reason why this is developed this way is we tape the top of it to your handlebars, so that when you're cycling, you can just rip it off, and then you can get that gel in, and then throw your water on top. So just tape just the top part of it to your bars. Whatever you're doing, I don't care if it's a spin class, whatever you're doing, if they'll let you, they might get mad if you're taping it. But yeah, this is great for on the go. So rehydrate gel, another great one. Now we get a little more advanced, okay? A little more advanced. Let's talk about, we have some endurance athletes, some ultra marathon, some marathon runners. We need to plant something. We have a lot of friends back east just did a 10-mile race, the Blessing of the Fleet. They need to put water. It's humid. It's hot. They're getting dehydrated. They need to put things out in the field. What do? Well, we certainly would throw some rehydrate out there. But what we're finding is we love to have biocharge recommended from our docs and corporate. You take biocharge added to your rehydrates. If you want spark, you can do that as well. But let's just focus on rehydrate with biocharge out in the field. What biocharge, the difference with biocharge is this is a fast-acting amino acid. So this is going to get into your system very, very quickly. We talk about the equivalent of 10 to 13 catalysts, things like that, but now 9 catalysts, Mia said. But don't quote me on that. But this is just a whole lot of amino acid. But fast-acting amino acid going to get into your body. From a BioTune standpoint, BioTune, this would be something that we'd have beforehand from an inflammation. You're not going to necessarily be taking a BioTune capsule when you're out there cycling, but you're going to use this during, or prior to the event. So again, rehydrate and biocharge is a great combination for you for high level intensity as you're out there into the marketplace, out in the field, cycling, whatever you're doing. You can combine those as you move forward. Mia, do you want to add anything on that?
No, it's
okay. So I have this slide again. I'm going to move forward, and I think I'm going to look at this. We have a lot of questions here, so we can jump in. Mia can start to filter through these a little bit and see what kind of questions we have. If we have any, we're covering the bases here, so we may not have any. We're having a reconnection right now, so let's make sure we're connected here. Mia's going to go ahead and text someone just to make sure, because we did have a connection issue. Let's just make sure that we are still connected. Okay, I just was disconnected by mistake. I'm back on. We're texting Meg. Meg will just give us a quick text. Hey, we're in the living room, guys. We're hanging out. So she'll let us know if our connection is back up. I'm assuming it is. So let's just move on. I'm going to go to the next slide, and we'll move through this a little bit and get to some of the questions for you guys. Okay. We covered the recovery. We covered post. There's some specific products in here that we have, the Pro 20, just to give you guys refreshers, muscle strength. HMB, one we didn't touch base on, is HMB is a great product pre-workout that you use from a strength standpoint. Let's take one of these questions real quick. We have a question. I have a pre-teenage athlete. What would you recommend? First and foremost, that's a great question. We always want to make sure with the following the guidelines that corporate and that Advocare provides. From a pre-teen athlete, all of our products will be, you'll see if it says not recommended for anyone under 18. So we always start with the core foundation of nutrition, and then you would look you could jot this down. Coreplex is just a multivitamin Omega-Plex is our omega-3 fatty acid, something simple as a rehydrate, and that's going to be of some basics from performance. Our meal replacement bars and our breakfast bars are also great things to do for young athletes to get the nutrition, because you know how kids snack. Mia's going to touch base a little bit on from a preteen, whether from a protein standpoint, like a whey protein, what we'd recommend on a muscle gain or post-workout recovery that has a specific over 18 recommendation.
Yeah, guys. The best part is we always just check with the parents. We always talk to the parents. We talk about nutrition first and foremost, because that's where it comes from. Remember what supplements are. Supplement the nutrition plan, so they fill in the gaps that the child is missing. My son Noah has been using products. Again, it's up to us. Since he was 11 years old. Now, he hasn't been using all the performance products since then, but everything from Catalyst to Omegas to Coreplex to Amplify AT to probiotics. So again, check with the parents first, let them know what you're thinking, and have them maybe try it in small doses, whether it's a muscle gain that my son Noah uses now, but instead of giving the 2-scoop recommendation, I'm still giving him just 1 scoop. So again, that is up to the parents, but definitely check with them first, and then you can go from there.
And you can look online. There's some specific age requirements on that paradigm that I had. Also, you could see that it had age, stipulations on there as well. We always want to make sure we're following proper dosage and also the age requirements for products. And as Mia said, we're always going with parents. We're not selling products to kids. We don't do that. We educate and consult and let people know about the products and let them make the decisions. Mia was
and I'm just gonna add one more thing to that, where Rich was talking about the age recommendations. On your website, under the FAQ section, if you just click on age recommendations, then there's a few more clicks, but it talks about age recommendations and for pregnant and nursing women as well. Everything that is recommended if they're 4 and older to 12 and under to 12 and older to 18 and older. So everything is on there. So you can't go wrong by downloading that PDF from your website.
And it's truly just a paradigm shift right now that it's occurring in the industry right now. That people understand that we need to enhance our nutrition with supplementation, and that paradigm shift is on. Trainers know it. Strength coaches know it, performance coaches know it, and they're looking for the products that are going to be banned substance free, they're going to be safe and most effective. And that's just what Advocare does better than anyone out there. We've been doing it for longer. Been doing it for almost 20 years. We joke around when we deal with gyms and club owners. I was joking with my son the other day, the old Hans and Franz, it's like, hear me now, but believe me later. That's what it is. Hear me now, hear what we're saying. Try these products. As Mia always says, just try it. Try the products, and then that's how you will find out how effective they are and what they can do, okay? And that's really the recommendation we make, is get the products in your body, and then you can see what happens. We have another question coming in. What we'll do is we'll just take a couple more questions, and then we'll officially end this webinar. But then if some people do want to hang, we'll take a few more, but we want to be respectful of your time. Looking at the clock right now, we've gone about 36 minutes, so we want to wrap this up. But there's a question I have. I have a few friends that are into 5K races and triathlons. Please send an email with product recommendations that I can help them out with. We'll definitely send you some links and some recommendations. Please send your email to us on that, and we'll be able to make some great recommendations for you. Last chance, try and go ahead and throw any questions in here, specifically, sport-related, endurance event, mud run related, whatever it might be. Please shoot that. Mia's going to add something, and then we'll take those last couple questions and close this out.
Hey guys, what Rich was talking about, in regards to when we're talking about athletes, and even just anybody across the board, if you're all eating the same and you're pretty much on the same level athletically, especially kids who are in, high level performance training, the only thing that's going to be different for them is their supplements, because they're all pretty much on the same playing field. So when children or, even adults supplement, those people get better results, they have better performance, they have better recovery. And for me, back in the day, I didn't have the recovery products. And that was something when I got into, Advocare and I started using these performance products, I was saying to Rich, I'm like, I am training as hard every single day versus back in the day, I was wrecked. I'd come into the gym, I was limping, my inner thighs were, toast. And now I can literally do a chest, shoulders, triceps workout, go on the next day, do back biceps, easy, then legs, abs the next day, and then go right back at it every single day because of these products. It's not because of my nutrition. My nutrition has always been great, but it's because of the products that gives you the edge, and it will give the athlete the edge and or the person who's ever competing, and it doesn't mean a Tough Mudder, CrossFit, or whatever.
Mia, thank you so much for sharing that. We'll take, we have one quick question here from muscle building and muscle gain. Variety of things, off the top, number one, it's about recovery. So let's talk recovery first. For muscle gain, you got to go with post-workout recovery. Get your body fed and refueled properly to get that muscle. Throw muscle gain on top of it. Muscle gain is more of your whey product. So you take your post-workout, throw more muscle gain on that to get that protein level up. Simple. Also, now that's on from a recovery standpoint. Let's focus on that. Nighttime recovery is going to be key for your muscle gain. You want to get that in. Also, catalyst in between meals is going to help you feed your muscle, not necessarily with your meal. You want to use that as your in between. So again, post-workout recovery, nighttime recovery, muscle gain, and catalyst. Getting into pre-workout, muscle gain. You got to try Muscle Fuel. You have to try Muscle Fuel. That is awesome. It's an amazing product. So you could go Muscle Fuel. You could add some arginine prior to that as well. Another pre-workout for muscle gain, you could go with Arginine Extreme Mass Impact, Rehydrate and Spark. Workout for you. Also, I didn't touch on this enough. If you're for muscle gain, muscle strength. That's our HMB product. That is going to make a dramatic difference for you. Understand, it's not like a Slam or a Spark, though, that you're going to take it in one workout, or a Muscle Fuel, take it in one workout and you know it. Takes a while for you to get into your system and build up within your system. Give it, they talk about 30 days, but I really think within 14. Go ahead and share on that.
Absolutely, and I'm going to share something with you. Again, when I started using Advocare in 2010, I used Mass Impact, Arginine, combination with my muscle strength, and I gained from March to September 8 pounds of lean tissue. Now I'm a lifetime natural athlete, and for a female that's extremely always lean, that's really difficult to do, and I could never do that back in the day. In 1995, it took me 1 year to gain 1 pound of muscle. So that is definitely, I know it was the HMB from that muscle strength that helped me, along with Mass Impact and Arginine, to gain that lean tissue. Obviously, I was down in, Biocharge when it came out, and I was also using a lot of Catalyst, but I think that combination for training was phenomenal.
Thank you, Mia, very much. Hey, great question here. What products are recommended if client is fit but still has quite a bit of weight to lose? You got to go with the 24-day challenge, right? Throw that 24-day challenges. We like to keep it as a pure 24-day challenge and not mix in the performance products yet. Get that 24-day challenge story just so you know exactly what is being affected. That's going to help them clean up their diet, because it's not just the products, but it's a nice healthy menu plan with them. So from a weight loss standpoint, that's going to make a big difference. And what you said is really great. People have to understand exercise is going to make you fit, but it's the nutrition. You have a lot of fit people that have a lot of excess body fat. They don't always go hand in hand, but when we focus on the nutrition as the other component of that, then they can be fit and they can also have a reasonable body fat. Mia, do you want anything on that added to that? The client that just the 24-day challenge. Absolutely,
that 24-day challenge for sure. But adding on top of that, Thermo Plus has been a real big one for a lot of people, and Slim. Because of those people who might be really fit but are really struggling with some weight loss, they definitely, benefit from using the Slim that does have that Garcinia cambogia in it to help them with their appetite suppression. But then the Thermo Plus, as we call it, we just call it cardio in a bottle. It's like burning that extra 300 calories a day that maybe they might be my age, older than 45 years old, that their metabolism is slowing down. So they need a little kick, a little boost to that metabolism. So that has really been a tremendous help to a lot of people and losing, excess fat.
Hey, listen, great questions, guys. What I'm going to do right now, just so we can close out the recording, we're going to hang on here and continue to answer some questions for you, but I'm going to just stop the recording segment of this. So for those who are on this, we thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be doing more of these. We'll do business focused and product focused, so just stay tuned. We'll plug in. For those sticking around for some more questions, just hang in. I'm just going to click one button here and stop this recording.